on, y'all? It's your girl V.
And it's your girl April Love.
And welcome to Love Unlocked Talk. This is episode 2 of season 2. And we are happy to be back and ready to give you guys a great show. Tonight's episode topic is dating experiences. So we're going to be discussing our dating experiences, the good, the bad, all of the stuff in between. But, first I wanted to say hello, greet my co-host. How you doing?
Hey. I'm doing good. I'm just trying to hang in there.
You always hang in there.
I know. It's tough. Well, now because I'm learning how to do my nails, I think for me, the toughest part about doing your own nails is like finding the time to do your own nails. It's a lot different from like going to a shop and sitting there and being like, okay, I'm in a transition phase right now.
I was looking.
I'm in the transition phase, but no, it takes more time to do it by yourself, and then it's like you're in the house, so it's kind of like, should I really take this time to do my nails? So that's been my biggest problem, but outside of that.
You need to plug that. Let people know. She be doing nails. She's learning and she does great work. Like, I don't get long nails, but if I were, I would let her do them because she be doing a really good job.
Thank you.
You don't got a page you want to plug for your nails? I mean, this is your shout, girl. Let them know.
Well, she did catch me on an off day. She caught me on an off day. I'm transitioning right now. I would have been really talking my stuff. But, I am trying to get that all together now. And, so I'm hanging in there.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm still on my cleanse, pushing through.
Okay.
I got this week and next week, and then I'm done. And I want to do it again, but not for a while because this is intense. I'm doing a raw vegan cleanse right now, so no cooked food or anything like that. I'm thinking about giving you guys a little video of that, but I don't know what my time is looking like, so we'll see. We will see. But
the salads ain't treating you right?
Girl, I quit salads day 2.
Really?
I could not. I was so over it. Like, I was doing salads and I was like, I'm doing this lunch and dinner, and I was so over it. I have to make my own dressing because I can't have anything that's processed.
Okay.
So I had to make my own dressing. And then I just got tired of salad and started looking up raw vegan recipes and been in here chefing it up every single damn day. So I've been learning,
But what is it like? What are you cooking?
I made a cauliflower rice medley the other day.
And this was all raw, wasn't cooked?
All raw.
Okay.
So raw cauliflower rice.
Okay.
I use bell peppers, like red peppers, orange peppers, yellow peppers, grape tomatoes. I season it with garlic powder, salt, pepper, olive oil, and fresh lemon juice.
Okay.
Delicious. I've been eating it for like 2 days straight. I'll probably
So you
can
do that, but you can't do salad.
I can do that, but I cannot do salad for a while.
What was it? Salad is pretty easy.
With no meat, no croutons, it gets really old. Like, I need variety. Like, I need something, and if it's not there, then I get bored really quickly with everything. That goes for hair, that goes for food, everything.
I know your hair.
I get bored and I change it up. As y'all can see, I'm a whole different bitch today. But we happy to be here. But let's get into the show. Before we get into our topic of the week, we like to have little subtopics and try and get you guys involved. And hopefully you do this week and get involved in the comments and let us know what you think, or let us know what you want us to talk about next week. So this week we're going to be talking about who should pay for the date. Not necessarily the first date, but just dating in general. Like, okay, this dude, and okay, this is your first date.
Okay.
He asked you out on a date.
Okay.
But he's not reaching for that check when it comes. So, do you feel obligated to pay that bill, or are you sitting there and you just waiting?
Sheesh. I've never been in that situation. I've never been in that situation. I mean, that's a tough one. Off top, I think traditionally, if you you come from that traditional background, then yeah, you're looking at him like,
sir,
and your hands broke, your arm. You need me to get that for you? You need me to hand you your wallet? So I personally have never been in that situation, but I think I probably would be like, oh, what are we doing?
Right? I mean, that is the natural reaction of a woman, to kind of sit back and see what's gonna happen.
But obviously, if he's not gonna pay for it, I would pay for it, because we're not gonna just dine and dash on him like, skirt, all right.
But I mean, yeah, if he's not reaching for the check, obviously he's not gonna pay for it, and I think that's pretty whack. And there's a lot of dudes who do that.
Really?
Yes, I went on a date. This actually belongs in dating experience segment, but I got to talk about it now because it's relevant. I went on a date with the guy. This was like a few years ago, and he invited me to lunch. So he's like, let's meet up at this spot. He came all the way to where I lived, and we met up at the spot. We had lunch. We were talking, you know what I mean? I don't think we were vibing. I wasn't getting a vibe, but it wasn't like on his end. I think he thought we were vibing, but I didn't feel it. Okay. And so at the end of the date, check comes, and he just says, you want to go half on this? And I didn't know what to say. I was shocked because I never had nobody like ask me such a question. Like, what?
You want to go
half on what? The rest of your food? Like, I didn't understand. Like, what's the question?
Want some of my food?
It didn't make sense to me. But he really wanted me to go half on the bill, and when I told him no, he was like, "Well, are you gonna leave a tip then?" Like, he was just so rude.
Whoa.
I couldn't even. I didn't know what to say. I was just like, "No, I'm not leaving a tip either." I was like, you asked me here.
You invited me.
You invited me here. And, he really went back and forth with me, and to the point that I was like, you take care. And I just got up and walked out. Like, we're not doing this in public or anywhere. I don't even know you. Like, how you gonna ask me to go half or leave the tip on a date that you invited me on? Like, that was wild. So there are people who think that is like okay to do.
Well, I would say, I know this has been a topic on social media before, and I have seen where women have said like they would go half on their dates.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's 2020. Women empowerment now.
Fuck that.
And yes, they're like, they wouldn't mind going half on a date. It's a date. They're not obligated to pay for your meals.
But I think it depends on who invites who. Like, if homegirl is like, you know what I mean? Let's meet up. Let's go here. And he's like, okay, then she should pay. It was your idea. You invited him out. Like, go ahead and pay for your boy. I don't know. I wouldn't pay because I don't know men. Like, I don't think men typically, real men, not guy, boys, whatever.
Don't say
I'm saying
that.
it is because I don't think a real man would feel comfortable with a woman reaching in her purse to pay for his meal unless they're like a couple.
This new age stuff,
these
guys are doing that, these women are doing that, and they don't see anything wrong with it. Like, I was looking at like a whole 100+ comments worth of women saying like, no, I'll go half. I mean, what's the big deal? And yeah, they said, of course, if they offered, if they're the one to invite it, then they're paying for it. And some real strong women.
I think not strong,
independent women.
I think that is a more of a pick me type of chick. Like, we're just saying things so that we can be picked. Because stop it, okay? Just stop it. Because no woman really wants to come up out their pocket on a date. You know what I mean? Unless you guys are already in a relationship. I get the relationship thing. Okay, you paid last time, babe. I got this time. That's different. But just dating and you don't know this person, no woman really wants to do that unless she's like trying to show him that she's like the one. You know what I mean? Like,
I was flabbergasted. Like,
I
didn't know that so many women were on that wave.
I didn't either, and I don't believe it. Like I said, I think it's a pick me type of bitch. Like, pick me. I'm a good girl. I'm a pay. Like, that's whack. Like, what? Like, stop it.
I don't know. I can't even imagine, like, even if being a pick me type of chick, that I would want that to be my selling point. Like, oh, I got dinner.
Right,
I'll feed you. I'll make sure you eat. I'll pay. And
because it does set a tone. It kind of makes him feel like you got it. Like, whenever y'all go out, you know, it's not for me. Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, not on no random dating type shit.
But I do, because, you know, obviously everybody is different. So I do kind of want to just put that out there. I personally, I couldn't see myself doing that. I haven't been in that situation. So it's really hard for me to imagine that. Like, I haven't been on a date with somebody and they've been looking at me like, sis, what's up? You know? So because I haven't been in a situation like that, it would be hard for me to relate or imagine. But I'm not gonna knock. I'm not gonna knock them.
Fuck that. I'm knocking.
I'm not gonna knock them.
I think, like I said, these 2020 chicks are different. They're very different, and you know, their mentality is different, and they have to do shit differently because the dudes are different. They're not, you know.
The dudes are different, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're not. I don't know the word. They're not. I don't know the word. I want to say they're not.
They're not men.
I want to say they're not men, but they're not the let me take you, wine and dine you type of dudes. They're
it's different. They're coming up in an age where women are, you know, I'm just thinking like when Neo was like, he wanted to Miss Independent type shit.
And that's okay.
And I think that movement just kind of came out like, oh no, I can take care of this. I can buy this for myself. I can get these things for myself. These things that y'all traditionally thought that you had to do for me, I don't need you to do that anymore. And I think they're growing accustomed to that, and it's like, well, damn, bitch, if you got it, you got it.
Right.
We on a date, you taking me out.
Exactly. And that's okay to be like Miss Independent or whatever. You know, you want to be able to do those things, but you shouldn't be expected to do those things as a woman. I'm so old school and traditional when it comes to gender type things with dating and stuff like that. I just don't think that that's okay. Like, these dudes are like, yeah, let's go on a date, let's date, or let's be talking, but I want to see what you can do for me. What do you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, I get that. Like, it's okay to say, you know, what do you bring to the table? Because no dude wants a broke chick either. Like, nobody wants a broke partner. Yeah. But a simple dinner, y'all, like, that shouldn't even be a conversation.
Or you got the tip.
I couldn't believe it. I was really in shock. Like, I was like, no, this didn't ask me.
You gonna pay for your drink, please?
Like, I couldn't do it, and I couldn't survive in this dating world. I couldn't survive.
Good thing you got locked down.
Good thing. Put a ring on it. Cause I don't think anybody would like me. Like, I'm so serious. I don't think anybody would be interested because I think so differently, and I'm a very vocal person.
She is very vocal.
I state what I want. Like, how you gonna get what you want if you don't speak up? How do you not advocate for yourself? Men are not mind readers. They don't know what you're thinking. They don't know what you want. And if you don't state it early, then that's where you fucked up. And that's why ain't nobody in no relationship.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But, you know, hey. Y'all do your thing. You know what I mean? If y'all want to pick me, I'll pay for the date.
I got it.
You got it, sis. That's what's up. Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we have the Weekly Dirt with April Love. Stay tuned. Hey, y'all. What's going on? Welcome back to Love Unlocked Talk. And right now, we're going to get into the Weekly Dirt with April Love. What you got for us this week, April Love?
Hey, everyone. It's your girl, April Love, and this is our Weekly Dirt. So, there's always a lot going on in the world. Always hard to keep up and pick what topics to really talk about. But I'm going to start off with good stuff. So, this week, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Last week, we briefly touched on Cardi B's new single with Megan called WAP. But if you're keeping it semi-clean, then it's that WAG. This week, WAP is #1 on the Billboard charts. So congrats to them, and congrats to Megan because, I mean, she's been on fire with her music lately.
I have been liking it a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't a Megan fan at first, but
yeah, me either. But you
Yeah,
know, she
she's
teamed
growing
up.
on
She's doing her thing.
yeah.
Pregnancies. Rona again. Rona is really on these wombs, boy. These Rona babies are going to be out here in full force next year. Congrats to Gucci Mane and his wife Keisha Kior and John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. They both recently announced that they are expecting, and at this rate, probably every week I'll be doing a baby announcement.
They getting it in.
The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy have been inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame. So congrats to them. No congrats. Well, damn.
I love the Breakfast Club. I love them. I listen to them faithfully every morning. So congrats to the Breakfast Club.
Congrats to the Breakfast Club. They done took Boosie's Instagram away. Boy, Boosie has been a repeat offender, and they was like, no more. I guess they let him slide too many times, and this was the wrap for him. He has since made videos pleading with Mark Zuckerberg.
Let's die. He said it so many times.
Zuckerberg. To get his Instagram account back. Boosie is heard in the video saying that he needs his IG because that's how he provides for his family. And don't do this to 2020, Mark. Don't do this to 2020, Mark. All right, moving on. Selena Powell, who is known for kiss and tell with various rappers, recently said that she is upset with Megan Thee Stallion for not snitching on Tory Lanez. She feels like she needed to cooperate with the police so that he could be behind bars. These feelings stem from her previously saying that Tory had a chick come beat her up and attack her or whatever. She went on to say that the word is, or at least what Tory is telling people, is that he was so blacked out drunk that he does not even remember what happened that night. That's what she's saying, Tory. That's what her ears in the streets are saying Tory's is saying about it. Do you think that is, I'm not going to say a good enough excuse, but do you think that may play a factor into why Megan has handled the situation the way that she handled it? Not coming out and saying, yeah, Tory shot me in the feet.
Right.
But then again, still letting us know that he shot her in the feet by not saying anything.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if she's because clearly they were friends. So maybe, you know, she sees what's going on in this world and don't want to see another black man go to jail for, you know, senseless act of whatever. I mean, I don't know what happened, and nobody does. Is Tory even out? Is he out?
I think he's out. I do think he's out. I mean, if he's telling people that he was blacked out.
I mean, I've seen Tory get blacked out. I was watching his what the hell was his Instagram
radio,
live, his quarantine radio,
yeah.
The last episode that he did was supposed to be a giveaway for like the best twerker. So it was a twerking contest that whole week, and then he was going to give away like first, second, third prizes. And when it came down to like the end, he was so drunk. This nigga like was gone. Like he was taking shots, and it was like shot o'clock every 20 minutes. So he was taking shot after shot after shot, and he's so small. So that shit took him out, and the live just abruptly ended, and everybody was on his page like, yo, what's going on? When you said you was gonna give away this money, you did a talent show, he was supposed to give away all this money. And then like maybe a couple days later he got back on, he's like, yo, I'm so sorry, I blacked out, I don't remember. Like, so it's very possible.
So he has a history.
He has a history of blacking out and doing things.
Well, that's what she said. The word was is that he blacked out and he doesn't even remember.
He probably doesn't.
What happened that night, and maybe that is why she's not like coming out and being like, oh yeah, he shot me, because maybe she knows that it wasn't intention, or was it something that he would do?
I just want to know what happened.
I know.
Like, what brings somebody to shoot you in the foot of all places?
Well, I know that other people have kind of talked about their feelings on the situation, and Megan has came out and been very like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about about it. So I don't know. I'm sure she's not going to feel this when that video circulates. I'm sure somebody's going to show it to her and be like, yeah, this bitch was talking her shit. Because she was talking her shit. Moving on, last but not least, Summer Walker recently took to her IG, her spam IG account, to talk about what parents should be feeding their babies. She doesn't believe that parents should be giving these babies all these chemicals and formula. She went on to post different, I guess, things that they could feed their kids outside of all the processed food. Mm-hmm. So she was talking about fruit and vegetables and learning how to make your own formula if you need it. And people were not feeling that from her because she doesn't have any kids.
Right.
And so the reason why I thought to put it in here, out of all the fucking things I could have put in here, is this is a common thing that I think pops up. Is it okay for someone who doesn't have kids to speak on something general like this? To generally say, hey, you shouldn't want to give your kids all this processed bad shit that they have. You should try to blah, 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 blah. Should people be like, bitch, you don't have no kids, don't say nothing to me, or...
No. It's a general statement. It's her opinion. And I agree. Like, I have a child, a son, but even if I didn't, I would still have that same attitude because it's common sense. Like, why would you want to... Why are y'all fighting so hard to feed y'all kids poison?
They're saying, look, we don't have the money to do all this.
You don't have money to buy fruit? You buy fruit for yourself.
That's what she was saying. She was saying, like, well, it only costs.
Right, it's not expensive.
But I think they were, like, basically, like, it's expensive to buy a whole bunch of fruit to last all these amount of days when you could buy formula and that will last for 2 weeks for $35. You're not gonna, get that, and the time it takes to do and this and that, yeah, so she's, I don't know. I personally think just in general, like in the past, I've seen this kind of be a topic for people is like, why are you saying this if you don't have any kids, you don't know what you're talking about, or you can't relate, so you can't really speak on it. And just across the board, like, I just feel like people can make general statements, and obviously, yeah, they don't know everything, the ins and outs, because that's not their experience, but they can say, bitch, you should have did this with this. Shoot, I was just reading a comment somebody was saying about all the people that are about to get evicted. They're like, well, if you were unemployed, they were getting $600 extra a week, and they had a stimulus check, and then they had all these programs and this and that, and you shoulda, coulda, woulda, so you shouldn't be getting evicted. And people are just like, you don't know everybody's circumstances.
Yeah. I don't want to get attacked. I don't know what to say here, because you know where I stand. I'm sure you do. I'm always on the other side. Like, I'm not on the side of the people usually, because the people really just be wilding. Like, I don't understand the logic.
Well, that is an example of people being like, bitch, you don't. For that particular thing, when I was reading the comments, people were like, well, bitch, you got help, and you da-da-da-da, so why are you speaking on this? You can't speak in da-da-da-da-da. So I think that's generally how people kind of operate, is like, if you don't know what somebody's situation is, then we don't want to hear what you got to say about any fucking thing.
And they can feel that way. They don't want to hear it, but it can be stated. And you don't have to listen or take the advice, but I think that anybody can speak on something that general. It's just common sense. Don't feed your kid the bullshit that they have on the shows. Make it yourself, and they'll be much smarter and, you know, have healthier lives. It's just, I don't know why anyone wouldn't want that.
Well, yeah, I agree. I'm gonna leave it at that. But for my last one, this is a freebie one, because I read that Yaya, Floyd's daughter, said that she only wanted Kentrell back, and I'm like, dang, what is he doing to these females?
Yikes.
And so I don't know what that's going to be like, but people are most definitely clowning her.
Always.
I mean,
she's clownable. Like, all the time. Like, what's wrong? What happened?
I don't know if he's laying down the pipe.
He must,
I mean, obviously. New Orleans voodoo.
It has to be
on these females.
That's the only thing that can make you that dumb, is like extraordinary deal. Like,
I don't know, but that is all I have this week. I am April Love, and that was our Weekly Dirt.
Well, thank you so much, April Love, for the Weekly Dirt. And we are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get into our topic of the week, dating experiences. Stay tuned. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Love Unlocked Talk. And like I stated before, our topic this week is dating experiences. So I just want to, put it out there that I have a lot. Okay. Before I got married, I dated a lot. Like, I was on every dating app you can think of. And it wasn't because I was looking for love. It was because I was new to the area. I needed to learn my way around. I was bored. Those things. So I have a lot of stories. But, I wanted to make this a topic because I think it's a fun discussion. And women can relate to certain things. We all have kind of similar things. So I'm curious to hear a couple of your dating experiences, good or bad. We can trade stories.
So I will say that, unlike you, I am not a dater. I have not been big on dating. I like people, but I don't. So I don't. For me, I think that exchange of not knowing someone and just like sitting and eating. I wanna eat. I don't wanna be sitting there talking to you and like, oh yeah, so what do you think and how you feel? But I have been on a few dates. Should I share those?
Yeah, you should.
So when I was younger, I was on my entrepreneur shit, right? And I was gonna have this card printing business. And so I don't even know like what kind of motivated me, but I went out one day and was like going to all these businesses and collecting cards from them, and so that I can print like samples for them on plastics. I was making their business cards on plastics. And I had this one guy had his own business, and I came back because I didn't tell these people I was making a sample. I just grabbed their business cards and then came back and was like, oh yeah, here's a sample, blah blah blah. So this one guy, he was much older than me, probably like I was early 20s, like maybe 23, and he was in his 40s.
Oh wow.
40s. Yeah, so he was older than me.
Okay.
And he was like, he wanted to take me out on a date. And at the time, I don't know what possessed me to be like, yeah, maybe I was trying to close the deal. I don't know what, because he did get an order from me. So I don't know why I was like, yeah, let's go out on a date. And he was so weird. Like, he was
like, what happened?
He was weird. So he was just like, all right, you want to take me out on a date? And he was like, you know, do you like to watch movies? And I was like, yeah, I like to watch movies. And so he was like, okay. So we went to like, I don't even remember what movie we went to go see, but he was just like he was just awkward. Like I felt like he wanted to like me too me, but he but he was like yeah, but he was trying to be, you know, cool, whatever. So the movie went to the movies, and yeah, he was trying to touch me a little bit, and it was kind of like and then we went out to eat, and I can tell that he was controlling because he was like, you should eat this, you should eat that. But it wasn't like oh, this will be good. Like, you know, it was kind of like, so you're going to get what I said, whatever. So I ended up eating some stuff that I had no business eating, and that probably like stopped my dating shit right there, because I was like, you know, I can't do this.
Oh no.
And then after we ate, the conversation was kind of like blah, because I was 23 years old. So
right,
like,
what do y'all really have in common?
Nothing. We have nothing in common. I'm 23 with a child, and I was new to the area, so I didn't really know that much. And you know, you're a grown 40-some-year-old man, business owner. I don't know what do we really have in common.
Nothing.
But we're just talking about dumb stuff like shows that I watch and just stupid stuff. And I think in the date, he made it clear to me that he wanted to fuck. That's really what it came down to.
Don't mind me.
So, I lost my thought.
Sorry.
So yeah, basically he was a weirdo, and he clearly wanted to fuck, but I was like, yeah, nah. And after we went out to eat, he like was like, oh, I need to pick up some equipment for my job. So he like, cause he picked me up, so we stopped at some like little techie store to get some
This
stuff.
is the first date?
This is the first date. Like, he took me to like a techie store to get some equipment for his job, and it was just kind of like, yeah. So that was the first and only date.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
We went on, but I most definitely did go on a date where I did get me too'd at the date.
No.
Just touchy-feely, trying to like.
Yeah, I've
finger
been on a
me.
few of those.
I'm
I've been on a few of them. Trying to finger you? Damn!
Yes. I was shook. I was like, whoa, what are we doing? And he too was an older guy, like maybe 10 years older. 10, 15.
What are you attracting these old ass men, girl?
I don't know, but I went on a date with my old teacher. My old science teacher, white guy, ran into me at a store and was like, we're like, hey, catching up like a teacher-student thing. And I thought, okay, that's cool. I just ran into Mr. So-and-so. And I get home and he's already sending me Facebook requests and messages, and I want to see you, and oh my gosh, and this, that, and the third. And so I went out on a date with him, and I realized that he was scared of black people.
What?
Yes, I had him like, we stopped to like get something to drink somewhere, but there was like some black guys like hanging out, and he was just a no-go. And I was like,
what did he do? He
stayed in the car.
Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Yes.
Date over. It's over.
It was over, but I was like, oh wow, sir. So yeah, I've had some crazy dates, and maybe that's why I don't date like that.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with not dating. And, then there's me, who was a serial dater. And I have so many stories, I don't even know where to begin. Like, let me just begin with this POF story.
Okay.
Because I know that a lot of y'all is on POF, and it's all fraud. Okay? Every dude on there is fraud. So don't expect nothing, because it ain't gonna happen. Well, that's not true, because I know 2 people that got married. I'm not gonna do that, but 90% fraud. So I was talking to this dude off of POF. We exchanged numbers and we would talk all the time. Like, he would hit me up and throughout the day just see how I'm doing or whatever. His name was James. And he was like saying he was a business owner and all this stuff, and I was looking at his profile and I'm like, oh, okay, he's cute, tall, got his stuff together, whatever. No kids. So I was like, word. Everything seemed to be going good. So, we finally set up a date to meet.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the first time. We set it up. Everything was cool. The time came and then nothing. And then I started hitting him up like, are we meeting tonight? What's going on? Oh, I'm so sorry. Somebody robbed the store and I had to handle that. I'm not gonna be able to make it. I'll make it up to you. I'm so sorry. I was like, all right, whatever, cool. So we're talking and talking. We make another plan to meet, and no, he did not show up. So this is the second time he stood me up.
Hold on, when you say he did not show up, you were actually there?
I was actually on my way.
Okay.
And I'm calling as I'm on my way. Like, are you on your way? You know what I mean? What's your ETA? So I know, what I gotta do. He's not answering the phone. I get to the spot, calling, he's not answering the phone. I check POF, his green dot is on. He's not answering my messages. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I turn around, I go home, I get a text the next day. Oh my God, yo, you'll never believe what happened, yo. Somebody ran in my crib and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, what's happening in your life?
Everywhere you get robbed.
Why you get robbed so much?
The store, the house, the
right.
car.
So I'm like, yo, okay. You don't like somebody I need to be around if you're getting robbed every weekend. Like, what's really going on with you? And he was just like, nah, you know, it's more to it. You know, I'll get into it though whenever we get together. And I'm just like, I don't think we're gonna get together. But eventually, you know, I just let him sweet talk me back into another meeting. So I'm like, all right, let's meet. So he was like, yeah, I'm at work right now. As soon as I leave, I'm gonna call you. I was like, okay. So at 3:00 in the morning, I get a call, but from his brother. And he's like, is this V? And I'm like, yes. He's like, oh, this is James's brother, Chris. He was just in a car accident. I kid you not. He was just in a car accident, and he asked me to give you a call to let you know that, you know, he was in an accident. He's in the hospital right now. I'm waiting to hear from the doctor on this, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh my God, like.
But why would he think to call you?
Me, I'm not your girl. You never met me in person. I'm nobody. Why me? So I was just like, oh, okay. And this is who? You know, he's like, oh, this is brother Chris. And I was like, oh, okay. I never heard about you before, but all right. I was like, keep me posted. So the next day I get or not the next day. It was the next day I get a text from him. He's just like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm okay. I'm being released. My leg is broken. He was just like, but I'm gonna hit you. So I'm calling my sister and I'm telling her. She was like, girl, he in a wheelchair. I was like, stop. She was like, what else? He ain't meeting you. She was just like,
he didn't have to set it up for you.
She was like, he's in a wheelchair. She was like, there's no other explanation. I was like, no, he's not. And she was just like, watch. So he was like, I was like, honestly, I don't believe you are who you say you are. I was like, this is the third time that you've had something traumatic happen. Every time we're supposed to meet, it's very bizarre.
Maybe we shouldn't
meet. I was like, I think that you're very dangerous and I want no part. So he's like, no, I'm gonna FaceTime you. So he FaceTimes me and it's him, and he is sitting up in his bed with a broken leg. Like his leg is wrapped in a cast. He has crutches on the side, you know what I'm saying? And he's just like, he is him. So I'm like, oh wow, this is really a real person. I'm like, oh my God, he has like such a traumatic life. So I just go with it because I'm like, okay, he FaceTimed me. So he's obviously real and his leg is clearly broken.
Okay.
So I just went along with it. And then once his leg healed, we made a plan to meet. This was the last time. I drove all the way to Fairfax. I lived in Frederick, Maryland.
Oh, you were serious about this.
I was like, okay, he's like, I'm with my uncle at the dealership. Meet me here and then we can go from there. I was like, all right. So I drove all the way out there. He was not there. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I done blocked this man on everything possible so that he could not reach back out. I don't know. I still, to this day, y'all, I feel like I don't know what happened. Don't know what his story was. He was either married, crippled.
Weird.
Isn't it weird? And then like years later, like 2 years later, I saw him on POF. He saw me. He sent me a message talking about, hey, what's up? I was like, I gotta.
Hey, what's up? That is big wow.
That's what's happening in this dating world.
You were dating a ghost.
I was. He was a real live ghost. Like I'm so.
Ghost.
It makes me mad that I don't know what the fuck the deal was.
I want to know.
I need closure.
I need closure to this story too. I was hoping that we were gonna get
no ending, just a fucking cliffhanger, and I'm just still like.
So how much time was going by during this?
That was like a year. That was a year of him stringing me along with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know what to believe because he did FaceTime me. But that last time was the final straw. Like, I could not take it. It was just too much. All the way to Fairfax.
And so what, he just didn't answer?
He didn't answer. He sent me a message saying that his grandma passed away. It was an urgent situation.
Stop playing.
No, I'm not. Like he said his grandma passed away. It was urgent and he had to go. He apologizes. And that's when I blocked him on POF because that's when he hit me because I blocked his number.
So you mean to tell me every time y'all went to meet, something not Not just like, oh yeah, I can't make it, work got cut off from work. No, like
It was
niggas is dying.
Yes, he was killing niggas
Like-
and almost killed himself. Okay, he was in a car accident with a Mack truck and that broke his leg.
A robbery going on here.
2 robberies.
Everywhere.
A broken leg and a dead grandma. Like,
that's scary. Because what if it was true though? Like, what if
I know that's either way.
That was a sign.
I did not need to be with that man. Sorry to that man. I don't know what the hell's going on in his life, but that wasn't for me.
Yikes!
That was very.
I need closure too.
James, if you're watching this, leave us a comment below and give us some closure. Let us know what really was going on.
I may need to sign up just so I can find him.
He probably still on there. Like, I wouldn't even put it past. Like, there's a lot of people that, because I was on POF for years, off and on though, not like consistently, but like I would get tired of it, delete the app, say fuck this app, and then get bored and be like, oh, okay. But I really got on it heavy when I moved to Maryland because I lived in Pennsylvania before I came here. And when I came here, I didn't know a soul, didn't know nobody. So I was like, okay, this is the perfect way to make friends, you know what I mean? And that's what I did. I was going on a date a coffee date in the morning, a lunch date in the afternoon, and a dinner date at night. Like, I was doing that Monday through Wednesday, Thursday. I was a busy chick.
I couldn't imagine. First of all, I'm just gonna put this out here. Like, I am not on time for anything. So that would be too busy for me. That would just mess me up all the way up.
And I'm the total opposite of the spectrum. I am on time, early. Okay, I'm always early. I'm never late. I don't do late. It would drive me crazy. I would lose, my whole day would be fucked up if I was late.
Well, I want to say that they did do a study that suggested that people that are late are more adaptable than people that are on time. Because we're running late, and so we're off.
Adaptable to what?
We're just, whatever life throws us, we're able to adapt. We're able to adjust.
Adapt?
I'm just telling you what the studies have said.
Study.
We are adaptable because we're running late, so we gotta make executive decisions.
I make executive decisions all the time.
On time.
But give me another one. Do you have any good ones?
No, I was thinking I had a date, and I should have put it in the earlier segment because it kind of piggybacks on who should pay for the date. I did have a date where I went out with somebody, and I think this particular date, I, for whatever reason, didn't want the guy to pay for my meal. I don't know why. I didn't want him to pay for my meal. I just thought about it. I didn't want him to pay for my meal. And so he paid for everything. And I cashed out him my portion of the meal. And I guess he didn't see the Cash App, though, until after the fact. And the next day, I woke up and he had cashed out me my money back and then some.
Oh.
So
wow.
That was a good day. I mean, I don't have any like crazy, like, all my dates either been weird with old people or like, I just think like normal, like a normal, like, hey sis, let me take you out, and we go out and it's all good, and usually the ones that it's all good, we didn't fuck, and the ones that are bad, we did not. So, no, I don't have any like that. I have like normal boring dating experience. Either it just was like too frisque, boring, or it was just normal. Like we just had normal vibes. Cause I don't go out with strangers. Usually, the weird ones are the strangers. If it's usually if I go out with somebody, it's somebody that I've worked with or I know through mutual people. So it's like I kind of already know them, and going out is just kind of like You know what I'm saying?
That's
I haven't had that like, oh yeah, you're a complete stranger and we're going out now. Take one. No, I don't usually do that because it just be weird.
It's not safe, you guys. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. It's not safe, but I did it, and I was to the neck alone. Like, I was in Frederick with no family, no friends. You know what I mean? I was by myself, so it was the dumbest shit a woman could possibly do. Like, I broke rules that I knew I shouldn't have broken, like show people where I lived and, you know, have people pick me up. Like, I have 2 stories. I'm going to tell them quickly. Okay. The first one was, so I met this guy. He was like, I don't know what he was, Mediterranean or something like that. And he picked me up and we just stayed local. I lived in Frederick. So there were a couple bars downtown. We went down there, we had drinks. I wasn't feeling him because, like I said, I wasn't feeling nobody. I was just trying to learn my way around, have fun, go out. We get to the club. It was like Olives is what it was called. And it was packed. Like, it was packed. We had already had a couple of drinks or whatever. We already had dinner. And I be eating on my dates. I'm just gonna say, like, I went to those dates to eat. I ordered the most expensive thing on the menu. I was there to try new foods, and that's what I was there to do. Nothing more. So we get to Olives. It's popping. The DJ is popping. It's packed. And I was like, damn, I didn't know Frederick got lit like this. It's popping down here. So dude was like, oh, let me go. You want something to drink? And I'm like, yeah. So he goes to the bar, gets me something to drink. And he brings it back, and, you know, I'm drinking and everything is cool. So end of the night, he takes me home. And he's like, I need to use the restroom. Can I use your bathroom? And I normally would not. And something in me told me not to, but I was like, okay. So I let him come up. He used the bathroom, and then he was just kind of lingering around. And I was like, okay, well, you know, thanks for tonight. It was fun. I was like, I need to lay down or whatever. And he was just like, oh, when can we get together again? Like, just kind of just lingering. And then I was like, I'll call you. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be mean because he was in my house and I was alone.
I can't even imagine what you would be like. The way that you are now, I can't imagine how you would handle that situation.
It was, well, I didn't know. The reason why I didn't handle it like my normal self is because he drugged me. Like, as soon as he left, I blacked out. And I woke up on my bathroom floor and I called my brother and I was just like, I think I was like date rape drugged last night. And I was like, I'm laying on my bathroom floor fully dressed. But he was lingering around waiting for it to kick in. Is what he was doing. And he even called me before he like left and he was like, oh, I think I need to use the restroom again. And I was like, well, you're gonna have to go to a McDonald's or something because you're not coming back in here. And that's what I said. And that's the last thing I remember. So I think it didn't kick in fast enough because I'm so tall. Didn't kick in as fast as he would have wanted it to. But he definitely drugged me. So that was like
scary,
a horrifying experience
I've
been through. And then the other one, the last one that I'm gonna say was another terrifying experience. I'm scaring y'all probably.
Yes, I am shook. I am not going on any dates. I'm not going on any dates. I already wasn't one, but now I'm like,
but it's because I don't know.
Because you know, my nice self would have been like, oh yeah, what do you mean?
Yes, you're so damn nice, and you would have let him back in, and it would have been a wrap. But the other one was a Mexican dude, and I don't date Mexicans, but he wasn't like, I'm nothing against the Mexican community, but they're shorter than me. I'm 5'10". I know y'all don't know how tall I am, but I'm 5'10", and I love to wear heels. And so with that being said, I'm towering over a short guy, you know. But this guy, he was in the military, and you know, he was a taller guy. So I was like, okay, it's cool. So we was talking. We made plans to go on a date. Once again, I let him pick me up. It's the 2 times that I let the guys pick me up that I had the worst experiences. We went out, we went to this tapas bar in Rockville, and we, you know, had dinner or whatever, and his vibe changed. Like, his personality just switched, and he became very mean.
Was it alcohol? Like, was
I don't know. I don't remember if he was drinking.
Okay.
But, you know, he asked me to he asked me, did I want to go dancing? And I was just like, no, not really. And that's when he like got mean. So, you know, we ate in silence. And I was ready to go, but I didn't know how to like say that without, like, I'm all the way in Rockville, I live in Frederick. Like, for y'all that don't know the locations in the area, that's like a 40-minute ride. So I was like, all right, I'm at his mercy. Let me be nice, you know? So he's like, well, let's go to the movies. I didn't really want to go to the movies. I was over that date, but what could I do? So we go to the movies and he's like, why aren't you holding my hand? And I'm like, would you like me to hold your hand? Like, okay, you can hold my hand. So, you know, we go to the movies or whatever, and he's all on me in the theater, like groping and touching. And I was just like, can you please? I was like, I'm not comfortable with this. This is too much. He's like, why the fuck are you here then? Oh, I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die tonight. So, movie over, we leave, and we're walking to the car, and he's just like, I should just fucking leave you here. He was like, what the fuck did you come out with me for if you want to act like a bitch? Like, he was so mean, and I should not have gotten a car with him. This was before Uber was like popular. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I didn't even think there was no Uber app. There was, I'm sure it was Uber, but I didn't know about it. So I'm like, oh my God, I just need to get home. So I'm like praying, like, please don't let him kill me.
Because I'm with a psychopath.
Psycho. We get in the truck and we're riding, and his personality switches, and he's just like, well, did you have a good time tonight?
Oh, he was a psycho.
He was a psycho for real. And I was just like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah, the movie was great.
It was great. I don't even remember what movie it was. I was traumatized from that situation, and he dropped me off, and I just got out of the car and ran. And he called and called and called and sent me mad text messages. Oh, you such a fucking bitch, wasting my fucking time. Like, going on and on. I was like, yo, dude, it's a psycho.
And this is why. Woo! You know what? I don't think so. Because the last like date that I went on that was before I got in a relationship and got tied down was on that Me Too-ish movie groping, like, and I didn't. So I'm a movie person. Like, I actually like to go to the movies and watch the movie, and so the guy, he was like, he liked to watch movies too. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we can go to the movies. And this was somebody that I didn't know like that, so was just trying it out. And he bought the movie tickets, and they were all the way in the back, like the bad seats, like all the way in the cut,
the private section.
And I was like already like, oh no, this doesn't look like this is what it should be. And so as soon as we sit down, he like starts kissing me, like, and I'm like taken aback because I'm like, whoa, I didn't know we was on this type of time. And I fucked up. I had a skirt on.
Oh no.
He was like, oh, and I was like, chill.
Yeah.
And it's a tough situation to be in because it's like, bitch, you know what? You know what I wanted.
That's how they be thinking.
Yeah, but it'd be like, nah, I did not know.
No, and we're so gullible. Like, we're thinking like, oh, we're just going out to have a good time, and meanwhile they're plotting to like rape us in the damn movie theater.
Exactly. I was really taken aback from. At one point I had to be like, yo, chill.
Yeah.
Like, let's watch the movie, because it was like instantly as soon as we sat down, he was in my face, like trying to kiss me, trying to touch me, trying to rub me.
He's like, I paid for your ticket.
Right.
You gonna do something for this movie ticket, bitch.
Right. trying to move my hand and I'm like,
it's not funny. It's not.
And if you, and what makes it kind of crazy, and this is probably again why I just never been like a dater, is because when I have those type of weird experiences, I'm like, this is not for me. But in that situation, I think for me it was kind of like, you want to be nice,
right?
Because okay, I get it, you're a hornball, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I get it, and you don't want to be like abrupt, like, nigga, get the fuck off of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's very hard, so those lines can easily get blurred because you're kind of sitting there like, well, I didn't like smack the shit out of this man, so he thinks I'm just playing hard to get.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's so hard being a woman because we can't be mean, because if we're mean, you're liable to get punched in your fucking face.
Exactly.
Like, men do not care. Like, they will, if they feel rejected, who knows how they'll react. Not all. I'm not saying all, because that's not the case with all men, but
right.
The weird ones, yes. If they feel disrespected, they will just disrespect you or hurt you. So my advice, be nice. Be nice as possible until you get out of that man's space.
But you know
everybody's
what?
crazy.
I know this is a dating story, but it kind of brings me to, because I did jokingly say I almost got Me Too'd and stuff like that. But that's kind of what happens. Like, when you hear these stories and you're like, it damn near sounds like, well, bitch, you was damn near about to give it to him, so why are you upset? You hear the stories like, oh, I came to his house,
right?
And then this, and I'd be like,
what do you think you were there to do?
Right. But I honestly, like, in a situation like that where I was at the movies and he was touchy-feely, I could see it being like, well, you didn't just say, like, stop this, or yell or scream, or so obviously it was okay, but it really wasn't okay. And you just don't know, like, how to navigate that situation because you don't want to be, like, too aggressive, like, and then
definitely not.
It's just a very weird space to be in, and that's why
tricky space.
That's why I don't go on dates.
Well, I wish we had more time because I have so many.
I want to hear these. Like, I don't
we
even
might
want
have
to
to
be
do
talking.
it.
I don't even want to talk. I just want to sit here and be like, so what happened? So what?
We might have to do a part 2 of dating experiences because I have tons. Okay, so many stories, but unfortunately, we're out of time for stories. So we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about Ask V. I have a question, and we will get into that when we return. Thank you. Hey y'all, welcome back to Love Unlocked Talk, and this is Ask V. So as I told you guys before, each week I take a question from anybody. I accept DMs on our Instagram at Love Unlocked LLC or emails at loveunlocked19@gmail.com, and you can ask me a question and I will answer it for you. So I did get a question from a gentleman by the name of Kenny. I know Kenny very well from events that I have thrown in the past, and he's a very awesome customer. He's always, coming to events and things like that. And he emailed me expressing interest in the dating game and wants to know if he needs to audition and what else he has to do to be a part of the dating game. Kenny, I didn't forget about you. I promise I didn't forget about you. The issue is getting these female contestants, and it's not easy. I'm having a really hard time here. I want to be able to help you find love. I want to be your matchmaker because I know you've asked me about that as well. This is a dating agency, and that is what we do. And it, like, in a sense, like as a whole, matchmaking is what we do at Love Unlocked. But because of the whole COVID things got derailed, and I'm trying to still put things back together. But you do not need to audition. You do not need a microphone, because I think that was another question you have for me. You don't need anything. When the time comes, I will DM you all of the information, dates, times, and everything, and I'm gonna make sure that I get some very some good quality women for you. But right now, I just don't have them. And I want to express to the women out there, if you guys are single and you are looking to participate in the dating game or looking to go on a paid date by Love Unlocked, hit my DMs and hit my inbox.
Hit her DMs.
Yes, and I will pay for a dinner out with whoever you win the date with. So it's all fun, and I really hope that you guys hit me soon because I'm kind of like I'm about to give up.
Well, and I just want to cut into your Ask Me segment and say, Kenny just need a phone.
You just need a phone. That's all you need, Kenny. It's just a phone.
I think really what it is there are women that are expressing interest in the dating game. It's just a matter of committing to an actual date. Yeah, go ahead. Who doesn't want a free dinner? Free, lunch, whatever your date is.
Whatever your date is, wherever you choose it to be, you don't have to worry about the bill. And that's to the guys too. Like, just like we said, the women are expecting y'all to pay for the date. You don't have to pay for this date. It's free. And you can look like, you can take her anywhere you want to go. Just, you know what I mean? Do your thing, but you gotta express interest. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to shut it down. I can't stress enough how much I really want you guys to play this game, but I can't force you to play either. So I hope that you guys enjoyed tonight's show, and we're done for the night. We will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Hey y'all, it's your girl V.
And your girl April Love.
And we are your hosts of Love Unlocked Talk.
If you like what you saw, please subscribe, like, and comment below. And let us know what you want us to discuss for future episodes.
Also, please follow us on Instagram at Love Unlocked LLC for updates.